We've talked a lot about my father, who taught me the 5 magic words: go where you're treated best, who encouraged me to not live a life of dogma, to not worry about what others think, who gave me a sense of values and a sense of financial literacy and how to do business that have helped me a lot today. Some of you have asked, Andrew, what about your mother? What influence did she have on you? I think what's interesting is my mom was really the yin to my father's yang. My father was focused and determined and sometimes just very steely in his devotion. My mother is where I got a sense of emotions and so many other things that I think have led to really what we do here at Nomad Capitalist, which is understanding people. And it's because of that emotional influence that we focus so much, not just on the business side of things here, not just on, how do you save tax or how do you get a residence permit, but like, what is it you really want? Trying to understand people. My mom left her job shortly after I was born, stayed home with me, and constantly taught me to learn. She spent her time teaching me the alphabet at a very young age and teaching me to read and encouraging me to read on my own and encouraging me with all my free time to go out and read books and absorb knowledge. I remember when I was 8 years old, when we moved to a new house, she got these 2 huge maps, one of the United States and one of the world, and she hung up these maps. I had this big bedroom and big walls, and so she hung each of the maps and she encouraged me to study them and to take part in them. And I think that it was using those maps. I would spend hours at night looking at the different places on the map, and I would plan out the places that I would go and the places I wanted to take people. And really not so much the United States, but even at 8, 9, 10 years old, it was all about where I wanted to go in the world and understanding different cultures and bringing up those conversations with my family. When I was 10 years old, my mom completed something that she had been working on for a long time, somewhat unbeknownst to the 10-year-old me. And when I was 10 years old, we adopted my older sister, who at the time was 8. My mom had for a long time wanted to have an impact, and she believed very strongly in helping people who were legitimately in need. And one of her things was orphans. She spent many years really trying to find the right child and to find an environment where you could actually adopt a child. And so when I was 10 and my sister was 8, my sister came from Moscow to the United States and joined our family. My mom kept pushing. It was because of her determination that 4 years later adopted 2 other kids. And it wasn't because my mom wanted more babies. These kids were all older, and they came with the kind of issues and need for help that older kids who are not blank slates would. And that was her goal. She didn't necessarily want more babies. She wanted to go and make an impact on people who were less wanted. She said everyone else wants to adopt babies. That's in demand. She said, I want to go where no one else is going, and I want to help some kids. And so my twin sisters, who are 4 years younger than I am, I remember they came on just about their 11th birthday. And she, was so patient and so interested in wanting to help these people who, this was like their last hope. One of the things that she really, she also worked on is a couple of years later when I became an adult and we all decided to move across the United States, she took a job basically volunteering and helping with people who were developmentally disabled, kids who were developmentally disabled, which was something that no one else really wanted to do. It was like the part of the organization that nobody wanted to take on because everyone else was too scared, and she ran into it. What I've learned from all that I think is germane to everything that we talk about here at Nomad Capitalist, is, you know, contributing to community and helping people who are at a disadvantage is important. You know, despite all of her love and care, and I remember at times growing up, I was somewhat at odds with my mom because, you know, despite all of that love and care, she also had a real, you know, pragmatic, you know, common sense approach, and she would say, listen, you know, people have to help themselves, you know, and that's why she chose the causes that she chose, and she helped those people because she felt that they were the least able to help themselves. She taught me that if someone's able to help themselves, you know, they need to do it. People need to get off their butts. They need to go to work. I mean, she was a huge opponent of, you know, the government should just send you a check, and she had this very black and white view on just, you know, no, like, you have to work. If you have the ability to work, you should work. If you have the ability to better your life, like, that's your obligation. But on the other hand, I mean, there are some people, she understood, that just couldn't do that. And, you know, kids growing up in Russia with difficult backgrounds and that just were, you know, had a hard time finding homes. I mean, to her, that was the thing. Or kids who had, you know, developmental issues, like, she's like, they don't have as many opportunities. And she really felt it was incumbent upon her and upon us to say, you know, you've been given a lot, and you need to contribute. I mean, you should give something to people who don't have as many opportunities, and it's not their fault. I think what really resonates with me is that, you know, going where you're treated best gives you a lot of opportunities to improve your own life, to keep more of your own money, to be happy even. And from my perspective, I always look back at, you know, the stuff that my mom did and the stuff that she impressed upon us through her actions, of taking those great opportunities and being able to contribute where it's needed. One of the things that I found traveling around the world is that some of the causes that are promoted in the United States for people in other countries are probably a little bit hyped up. You know, I mean, I go to some of these countries that people in the United States contribute to, and I say, you know, it looks like they're probably doing better than people in the U.S. would like to think. I mean, not everyone's going to live like an American, and that's okay. What I've also seen is that there are lots of opportunities to help people, and that's important. And you know what? My parents were not in favor of high taxes. They thought the government should do less, but they also believed you've got to walk the walk. And so what I've really felt is important in my life is taking some of the extra resources that I've had by following the principles that we talk about and really helping people who need the help, looking at things like a pyramid, you know, who really has the least amount of opportunity, and starting there, and contributing there, and being able to be a global citizen and seeing some of this stuff up close and personal and seeing where the real opportunities are, not the opportunities that just kind of make it through the food chain to developed countries and that are pitched as a way to play on people's guilt, but like, where are the real opportunities to help people? You know, we've been really privileged to help people in Cambodia and Armenia and in Georgia and in other places through gifts that were, you know, really meaningful to those people. And I'm not here to tell you what you should do, but the impact that my mom had on me was, you know, if you're going to go from a 43% tax rate to a very, very low tax rate, you know, you can do better than the government. You can take part of that money you saved, and you know what, you should contribute. I think the beautiful thing about the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle is being able to have a sense of abundance to where you really feel good and you really feel powerful about going out and doing some of that. And I think what she really, you know, taught us is it's okay, you know, to come from a successful family. It's okay to be successful. There's no shame in that. But the character that you have, your ability to help other people, that's what really defines you. And I've seen that in so many successful people that do contribute, that it's really something that, you know, winners do. And I always will be influenced by those things that she imparted to us. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist. I wrote this book, which you can find on Amazon,
to distill a lot of the stuff we talk about in these videos and a lot of the stuff I've learned over the last decade plus traveling all around the world, teaching you about how to legally reduce your taxes, build your personal freedom, and create wealth faster. Definitely get a copy of this book if you want to learn more. Now, if you want to watch more videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you click the notifications bell so you never miss one of our new videos with more tips on how to go where you're treated best. And if you're already a 6 or 7-figure entrepreneur and you'd like to put these strategies in place for yourself, go to nomadcapitalist.com and learn about how I can help you.